Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Roman Reigns led the OG Bloodline to victory at WWE Survivor Series War Games. However, the win did not come without a sacrifice, as Jimmy Uso was reported to have suffered an injury during the match. Unaired footage has revealed how the OTC seemingly reacted to the setback as he was seen consoling Big Jim on their way to the back. The two iterations of the Bloodline met in a 5v5 match at WWE's recently concluded Premium Live event. While Solo Sikoa's faction was joined by Bronson Reed, CM Punk was the fifth member of Reigns' team. After an evenly contested match, the OG Bloodline picked up the win, with each member of the babyface team getting their hands on Sikoa. However, the match took its toll on both teams as it was revealed shortly after the event that Jimmy Uso hurt his toe while Bronson Reed suffered an ankle injury during the match. Previously unseen footage has shown Roman Reigns consoling Big Jim when the former tag team champion was struggling to walk on his own after winning the match. Roman Reigns commented on a possible match against WWE legend The Rock. Fans have been salivating at the thoughts of a match between Roman Reigns and The Rock ever since the former proclaimed himself as the head of the table. However, the match could not take place at WrestleMania 40 as WWE had to pivot due to fan pressure. Reigns believes that fans could also push for the match between him and his cousin. That goes back to, there is a lot of meat on the bone. If Dwayne can't come in and boom, this is how it is, that's when you know you're cooking up with good ingredients. That's why he is tied in the way he is, and part of the board. We're at an unprecedented time right now. Business is great, and we want to continue to push things up. If that's what the people want, and the people's champ is down, I'm sure we can make something happen, said Roman Reigns. It has been speculated that The Rock is the mastermind behind Solo Sikoa's coup of the Bloodline. The final boss is likely to return to WWE on Raw's debut on Netflix, where we could get further development of the storyline. The energy inside the sold-out arena at Survivor Series War Games was electric, as fans eagerly awaited the brutal clash between Roman Reigns' Bloodline and a team of rebellious challengers. The stakes were higher than ever, and as the towering cage lowered over the ring, it felt like history was about to be made. This year's War Games promised blood, sweat, and tears, delivering on all fronts. But it was a somber injury to an original Bloodline member that became the night's most unforgettable moment. The War Games battle. As the match began, the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Roman Reigns led the Bloodline into battle. The challengers, an eclectic mix of top WWE stars, had been united by their common disdain for the group's dominance. The tension escalated with every passing minute as brutal spots unfolded. Steel chairs, kendo sticks, and even a table made their way into the two-ring structure. It was everything fans had hoped for, until calamity struck Jey Uso, one of the cornerstones of the Bloodline. Jey had just launched himself from the top rope, aiming for a splash onto an opponent lying prone on a table. However, his landing was awkward. Instead of a triumphant roar, the crowd gasped as Jey clutched his leg, rolling on the mat in visible pain. The referee threw up the dreaded X signal, indicating a legitimate injury. The match continued around Jey as medics rushed in to assess the damage. Jimmy Uso immediately ran to his brother's side, concern etched on his face, but Jey waved him off, urging him to keep fighting. Roman's reaction. Roman Reigns, standing in one corner of the cage, locked eyes with his cousin. His usual stoic demeanor cracked, revealing a mixture of worry and frustration. Roman is not only the leader of the Bloodline but also its protector, and seeing Jey injured was a harsh reminder of the risks they took in the ring. Despite the chaos, Roman took control, barking orders to Solo and Jimmy to double down on their opponents while keeping a watchful eye on Jey. It was a testament to his leadership that the Bloodline managed to regroup and ultimately secure a victory. But the celebration was muted. Backstage after the match, the atmosphere backstage was heavy. The Bloodline gathered in the medical area, waiting for an update on Jey's condition. Jimmy paced back and forth, visibly distressed, while Solo sat silently, his face unreadable. Roman, still in his gear, finally broke the silence. "What's the word?" he asked the medic attending to Jay. The doctor hesitated before replying. "It looks like a torn ligament in his knee. He'll need an MRI to confirm, but he's going to be out for several months." Jay, lying on the examination table, clenched his fists. "Months? I can't do that, yus. Not now. Not with everything going on." Roman stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. "Jay, listen to me. You've done more for this family than anyone can ask. You've earned the right to heal. We'll handle everything while you're out." Jay shook his head. "It's not that easy, man. The bloodline." Roman cut him off. "The bloodline is still the bloodline because of you. You're the one who held us together when I wasn't around. You're the glue, Jay. Now it's our turn to step up for you." A heart-to-heart moment. Later, Roman requested a private moment with Jay. Away from the rest of the group, the two sat in a quiet hallway backstage. "Remember when we were kids, and we used to wrestle in Uncle Rikishi's backyard?" Roman began, a faint smile crossing his lips. Jay chuckled despite his pain. "Yeah, and I always pinned you." Roman laughed softly. "You wish. But seriously, back then, we were just kids playing around. Now, this is real. This is life. And you've been carrying so much of it on your shoulders? You've got to let us carry it for a while." Jay sighed, his tough exterior cracking under the weight of Roman's words. "I don't know if I can just sit back and watch." Roman placed a hand on Jay's shoulder. "You're not just watching. You're recovering, rebuilding, and coming back stronger. And when you do, we'll be right here, ready for you. That's what family does." The bloodline's response. By the end of the night, news of Jay's injury had spread through the locker room and social media. Fans flooded Twitter with messages of support, creating hashtags like #GetWellJay and #BloodlineForever. Roman took to the mic during the post-show press conference to address the situation. "JUSO is one of the toughest, most resilient people I know," Roman said, his voice filled with emotion. "He's not just my cousin. He's my brother. What happened tonight was unfortunate, but he'll come back stronger, just like he always does. The bloodline is about family, and we'll hold it down for him until he's ready." Plans moving forward. With Jay sidelined, the bloodline faces an uncertain future. Roman and the remaining members have vowed to continue their dominance, but Jay's absence will undoubtedly leave a void. Jimmy USO, in particular, has promised to honor his brother by stepping up his game. Meanwhile, Solo Sikoa, the enforcer of the group, seems poised to take on a more prominent role. Fans are already speculating about potential challengers and whether this injury could lead to cracks within the bloodline. Jay's message to fans. A few days later, JUSO posted a heartfelt message on social media. "This isn't how I wanted things to go, but sometimes life throws you curveballs. I'm going to take this time to heal and come back better than ever. To everyone who's supported me and the bloodline, thank you. We do this for you. And to my brothers, Roman, Jimmy, Solo, handle business while I'm gone. I'll be watching. #BloodlineStrong. The road ahead." As the WWE Universe rallies behind Jay, the bloodline finds itself at a crossroads. Roman Reigns, ever the strategist, will undoubtedly use this setback as an opportunity to solidify the group's legacy. For Jay, the road to recovery will be long, but with the unwavering support of his family and fans, he's poised to make a triumphant return. Survivor Series. War Games may have marked a painful chapter for the bloodline, but it also showcased the unbreakable bond that holds them together. In the world of wrestling, injuries are inevitable, but moments like these remind us why we're invested, not just in the matches, but in the people behind the personas. For the bloodline, the battle continues, with Roman Reigns leading the charge and Jey Uso waiting in the wings, ready to reclaim his place when the time comes.